Episode 411. Yes, 411. This is Blind Magic in Alice Springs. Yes, folks, that's where I am, and I'm your host, Murray Stewart. I'm in Alice Springs once again today. It's an interesting day outside because yesterday was very, very warm in the centre of Australia. Today, it's very cool outside, but it is beautiful and it is sunny. The sun has popped out this morning, and that sun on your skin is absolutely sensational. But wow, the breeze is very, very cool. And I believe it's very cool in southeastern Australia today as well. Lots and lots of rain in Victoria. And this is what I mean. The worm always turns when it comes to weather, and so it has. One day it's warm, the next day the best firefighter in the land sweeps in, and it's called a cool and wet Australian change. We used to call it back in the day the Southerly Buster. That's what we used to call it, the Southerly Buster. And wow, was it welcome with those endless summers that I can remember when I was a child. I'm doing a workshop later today. Yes, one of my workshops. I'll be presenting the Healthy Hands workshop to how many people I don't know. There may not be any actually. And that's because we're working with a totally different organisation, and I'm not sure what their level of organisation is, but that doesn't matter. I'll talk to whomever is there about preventing injuries to your hands. I was only just thinking about nervousness and what it means. For me, being nervous is a good thing because it means that you care about what you're about to do. When I first discovered nerves was through sport. Wow. Did I get nervous sometimes before a running race? But the most nervous I ever got was when I was due to go out and bat in cricket. I used to get terribly nervous and on edge before going out to face fast bowling or whatever the circumstances were. And so I grew an understanding of nervousness and how to deal with it. So when you are nervous, it really is about the rush of adrenaline into your body, preparing you for what you are about to do. And you do need a certain level of excitation in order to perform. I know when I was in sport, I always performed best when I had that level of excitation happening. So that's a good thing, but sometimes nervousness and overabundance of it can be a bad thing. So when is that? So it's when you allow the nervousness pre the event to take over your entire thinking, to take over your entire doing. Because what's actually happening is you are using up all of that adrenaline that you should be using on game day or during an event, whatever it is, whether it be presenting a workshop like I am today or whether it be during a running race. It doesn't matter what it is. If you have overused the adrenaline prior to that event, then you are going to be very, very flat when it comes to the actual performance. So how do you nullify that? How do you nullify nervousness to the point whereby you're drying up your adrenaline? Well, I have found that breathing and exercise is by far the best way of dealing with those, if you like, pre-game nerves. And also distracting yourself with other thoughts, doing other things that are entirely separated from what you are about to do. So go for a walk. Put the news on. Go and read something. As I said, do some breathing. I have some breathing exercises that come from the 8 golden treasures that I personally do. Helps me a lot. But I also do find myself getting into conversations with people about something entirely different, taking me right away from what I'm about to do. And that prevents me from drying up my adrenaline. I do like to have, as I said, some degree of excitation though, going into any performance, and I find that ensures that leads to me performing just fine. But yeah, there's a few tips anyway on how to handle nerves but not dry up all of your adrenaline. But remember, when you stop being nervous about something that you love, then you're probably going to stop loving it. It probably means that you've fallen out of love with your passion. That's when I knew that my cricket career was coming to an end. I stopped being nervous. It didn't worry me anymore. And although I bathed in the glory of not being nervous for a season, I knew that my days in the sport were numbered. Okay, everyone, have a wonderful, wonderful day. This has been episode 411, a Blind Magic Communications production.